And now, the exciting conclusion. Okie dokie, halfway done. Into the Cosmic class we go. My favorite class by far. So many great champs. So many great, useful champions, strong champions, especially so top heavy, too. A lot of weak Cosmic champs as well. But like I said, let's stick to the top five, or at least my top five. I'm going to get started with someone that personally I consider him higher, but I know he's not. I know it's just because I use the hell out of him. I've got a rank 4 Venom, and I just use him all the time. He's so fun, so reliable, great damage, very controllable heal, armor breaks, bleeds. I love him to death. And if you use him a lot, then you know what I'm saying. But he's not, he's not breaking the game or anything. So we'll keep him low at 5. Some people might even think that's a little high, but I'll take him there. Number 4, a newer champ that I admittedly am not an expert on. I'm putting Gallon there. Again, if you know how to use him in his rotation, I think he could go much higher. You'll notice I cut his head off. I was feeling bad about the Titania thing earlier, and I thought I'd give the ladies a midsection shot of a good-looking guy. He's got that cod piece that's just making me sweat, But anyway, I put Gallon there. We're all aware that he's a battleground cheat code, but he's really, his damage is crazy. His damage potential is insane. So again, I still think he can be a little confusing to newer and stupider players like myself. So I put him down at 4, but he could probably go higher. Number 3, Hercules. And Hercules, if he's duped and he's maxed, even if he's not maxed, if he's got that dupe, he's probably won. I don't think anyone can argue with that. But out of the box, still great, still, for quest fights. And, the dupe matters. This isn't just a ranking of top 5 unduped. I'm just saying that drops him. In my mind, it just drops him a little tiny bit. Because without the dupe, you lose so much of what he's known for. Just being able to plow through fights at the end during that immortality phase, that unblockable, and then start the next fight at 1 HP and just do it all over again. So if you've got him duped, then go ahead and just scoot him up to 1. But I put him at 3. And fuck you if you don't like it. Number 2, I put Cosmic Ghost Rider. Cosmic Ghost Rider is just so fucking cool. He's so strong. He can do so many things, and just nuke down champions so quickly. The damage that he puts out overwhelmingly, I think, is the first thing that comes to mind. But he's also got a lot of other good things, some damage over time. His armor break is really helpful. And he's a pretty good two-way champ, too. He can be a pain to fight against in the right meta. So I really think he deserves to be there. His dupe, not necessary. If you pull him, that's like Christmas morning right there. Number 1, Cosmic class. This took a lot of thinking. But who epitomizes Cosmic? Who epitomizes, that outer space looking logo? And I went with Cosmic Hulkbuster. We all know that when it boils down to it, he's the one you want in your corner when shit's hitting the fan, especially when you're out there flying in the cosmos. So Cosmic Hulkbuster. Some people call him Superior Hulkbuster. I don't like that. I don't like that. He's very humble. So we're gonna go Cosmic Hulkbuster as your number 1 Cosmic class. So when I started doing my rankings and started laying everyone out, I really thought skill was gonna be the easiest to sort out the top 5, but it really didn't work out that way. I underestimated a lot of the newer champs and a lot of the useful champs in the skill class. I didn't include Zemo in this just because, again, he hasn't been out really long enough for me to get a good grasp on him, although I love his kit. It looks great. But I'm going to go ahead and shoot through what I did have. We could probably agree. I think everyone's going to have probably the same top 5 in their mind right now. Maybe in not quite the same order, but I think they'll all be pretty similar. So number 5, I've got Falcon. I think the Battlegrounds game mode has really allowed him to shine even more. He's just the king of short fights, and shutting annoying shit down. So I think he's great. I think he deserves a spot on anyone's roster, or at least have the ability to use him, because you never know when an annoying fight like that's going to creep up, or an annoying fight on your lane in Alliance War. He's a guy that you really should have ranked up. Even if you don't use him all the time, he's good to have on your bench because he's going to come in handy for sure. Number 4, I went ahead and did Valkyrie. I know that her damage potential and the things that she could really be a lot higher on this list. I'm not a Valkyrie expert. Plus, I was reading somewhere that she only does 77% of the damage of a man. So I figured I would leave her at 4 and just go ahead and put Nick at 3. The numbers don't lie. The stats are out there for a reason, and I need that extra damage. So I'm going to put him at number 3. With or without the dupe, he's a damage wrecking ball. His synergy is great, and of course, if you have that second life, he's even better. But he's kind of Hercules-like in that way, except not to quite the same extent. But so there you go. You got Nick at 3, Valkyrie at 4, both damage monsters. Then you've got the guy who just is matchup proof, Kingpin. I mean, I can't think of a fight that he doesn't crush. Oh, except Void, maybe, because Void's those debuffs are going to start hitting you pretty hard. But if you're not fighting against Void, you're good. I mean, he's great. And people don't tell you this, but really, if you look at the faces of the people when you throw a heavy with Kingpin, if you look closely, you can see they're actually smiling because they love it. They love getting slapped in the face with that big old belly. They love it. But he's Kingpin for a reason. Number 1 in the skill class. I bet you all know. I bet you think you know who it's going to be, but you're wrong. You don't know. Because, or maybe you do. But I went with utility and damage and just grace. And I went with Hulkbuster Deadly Origins. I mean, this motherfucker just destroys. Plus, he's got so many pockets. So he's great. He'll shock the shit out of you, and he'll stick to landing. And if you've got him, then you're already winning. All right, we made it. We wasted 20-plus minutes of our lives. We're here. We're at the tech class. Tech class is a lot of really, really good champions, in my opinion, but not a ton of really incredibly great champions. So this top 5 was a little more underwhelming than some of the other classes, but I think we will all agree when we get to number 1 of the tech class, we can all agree that that's who deserves to be there. There's going to be there'll be controversy over the other 5 classes, but tech's a no-brainer, and I'm fairly certain you all will agree. But that's not what this is for anyway. I'm not here to. This isn't supposed to be an echo chamber. I'm supposed to be helping, imparting wisdom. A vast symphony of knowledge here for you, spraying out from every orifice. So, let's get to it. Final class, tech class. Number 5, I put Omega Sentinel. Omega Sentinel, when she first came out, I think a lot of people clamored for her, but ever since that kind of came and went, these new champions have been overshadowing her. But I'm telling you right now, her kit is complicated, but you can just play her without reading her kit, and she will be doing shit, and you're like, wow, how the fuck is she doing that? So I encourage you, if you haven't used her a ton, to get to know her, because she just does a lot of really cool things. She's fun to play too, and she's annoying as shit to fight against the battlegrounds in the right meta. She's worth ranking up because you can use her, I promise. She has a lot of uses. Number 4, he might deserve to go higher, Ultron. He's just such a consistent damage a damage champion. He's got very reliable regen, chunk regen too. You can go into a fight at 30%, hit that 25, and you can go ahead and trigger your fit. I mean, you can heal up every fight really, as long as you don't go down below 25 when the fight's over. But the thing that I really hate about him is his stupid fucking evade mechanic. When I'm holding block and trying to bait a heavy, and then he evades and the computer AI throws a special, and I just want to punch him in his big metal dick. So I've moved him down to 4. If you don't agree with that, that's fine. I don't care. He pisses me off. I can't stand using him, but he is really good. We can all agree. Number 3, Warlock. Warlock, an easy champ to use. A special 2 that still, even after all of the new champs coming in to the game, I mean, it does so much damage, and just he can shut down healing. He's got great armor break. He's got a, not a great, but he's got a regen, mechanic that you can use if you need it. He's just kind of an all-around really strong Swiss Army knife type champion that the average player can pull from a crystal, doesn't need the dupe, and can go to work instantly. So definitely worth the investment. Number 2, I got Gilly 29.9. She's still a queen, but for questing, she's great. For defense, she's above average. She's just got a very reliable power control. She does a lot of really good things, and on top of all that, she does above average damage. So I really think usage-wise across all game modes, you can still get a lot of use out of her if you really, if you need to. I will admit I don't use her as much as some of my other tech champs, but I think her value for a player that's building their roster is definitely there. Definitely worth it. And drum roll, please, to number 1. We know it. We know him. We love him. He does it all. He's great at everything. It's Nimrod. Look at this. How a robot has abs, I'll never understand, but he's got them because he's just that fucking good. So there you go. I hope that helps, and I appreciate everyone sticking around. And if you need to know anything else, we'll just have to wait and see what I come up with next, because I'm here for you, everybody. I am here for you.